Our final speaker here is our friend and advocate in Australia, Barry Robson. Barry is joining us remotely. He is the president of the Asbestos Disease Foundation of Australia, and he's been an active union member and delegate for most of his working life. He is fighting the good fight down under, so to speak. And Barry, we welcome you.
Well, it's good morning from Sydney, Australia, and good afternoon after there. The fight still goes on, even though we've had asbestos banned since 2003, and that is a complete ban. We are still finding imports into Australia, mainly from Asian countries, where products manufactured there are imported into Australia. The last big case was 5 brand new ferries for Sydney Harbour. And when they arrived, they were inspected. They had a certificate saying they were asbestos free. But when the crews got on board these new ferries, they were riddled with asbestos all through the engine compartments and that. So they had to be stripped down. We are still getting building products coming through mainly from China containing asbestos, but also accompanied by a certificate saying they were asbestos free. The other thing that's happened in Western Australia, which is our largest state, it had a operational blue asbestos mine closed down in the late 70s, but people were still living in the town attached to the mine. And these people, they must be brain dead, said there was no problem living there in amongst the old mine workings. The government of Western Australia had to bring in special legislation so they could remove these idiots, brain dead zombies for their own sake and their families to be removed legally. And so the remediation of the mine can take place. Now that the COVID issue hasn't gone away completely here in Australia, but it has meant that the activity by the trade union movement of Australia, namely the AFIDA group, who have been doing a lot of work in Southeast Asia, mainly in Cambodia, Laos and Vietnam. Prior to the COVID pandemic hitting, they were making great strides in convincing those 3 governments, Laos, Cambodia and Vietnam, to bring in a ban. But when the pandemic hit, all of that work stopped. But they're back in there now and taking it up again to try and have it banned. Since we spoke, we've had a change of federal government here in Australia, a progressive government. How could I relate it to, Democrats, but it's a Labor government here in Australia. And I know that part of the policy or the platform is to keep the ban of asbestos in place and that. So hopefully with this new government, we can really put a stop to these imports that are still coming into Australia. So that's basically what's been happening down under. The research into a cure goes on. There's been a new research group formed called TOGA, which is made up of the top professors and surgeons and that, their aim is to find a cure. So we look forward to the results coming out of Toga. So in closing, because it's been a long day, and I can see by the time that we're running way behind schedule, I've got to go back to bed. I've been sitting up since 4 o'clock this morning. So Linda, thanks once again for allowing me to participate, and to all of my international colleagues, keep up the good fight. You'll get there in the end. And to my American friends, keep it going. You're nearly there. Congratulations so far. But as you know, it's not there yet. But you'll get that ban in place. All the best from Australia.